Happy Saturday. Glad you're all here. We have got chili cheese dogs on the menu tonight. Gonna make some jalapeno poppers. And finally, after many attempts, the Italian crepes was voted in. So I'm going to be making that with some homemade mascarpone, a little bit of like fresh blueberry syrup kind of stuff, and of course the crepes themselves, which I made with a little bit of Marsala wine in the batter, so they should be really nice. So who have we got in the room, Mrs. Old Guy?
John.
John, good evening. Good evening. Yep. Okay, I imagine that my brother Doug is watching, and Shar at home. Good evening, folks. Hope you had a great week. It's been a decent week here. I mean, hello to other people that may be watching and just kind of not commenting or not able to.
Yeah.
So welcome to you as well. Everybody grab yourself a drink. Cold pop in the fridge, cold beer, cold water, whatever you like. You don't want cold? Get you a hot tea, a hot chocolate, some coffee.
Or Steve and Scott just came in.
Steve, Scott, good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Saturday. It has been kind of a weird week here. It snowed a little bit, then it got warm. Then it snowed a little bit again. It snowed a couple of times today, off and on. Nothing major. Maybe a half an inch of snow, maybe. You know, kind of weird weather. You know, warm, kind of in the day, like in the mid 40s, and then get really cold at night. So.
Yeah. Steve asked, "Did you enjoy the meal last Saturday?"
Oh yeah, it was very good. I haven't had it before because I'm not a fond of seafood, and every other time I've seen paella, you know, that's how it was made with seafood, so I just avoided it. So the first time I tried it was when I made it, and yeah, it was delicious. Yeah, loved it. It'll be something that I do again, that's for sure.
Ralph, sir?
Hi, Ralph. Happy Sunday in the future. In the future.
Steve said he's helping himself to an ice cold water from Berkeley Springs to West Virginia.
Ice cold water. Yep, I've got me a bottle of water too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I got water too.
So, I've got some hot dog buns raising here. I've decided to make some more tiger bread. I like just how the dough turns out, you know, the final product with the bread. And I thought, well, why not? There's a local restaurant. I get their brisket French dip sandwich, and I can get it on the tiger bread, and I just every single time I do just make such a great sandwich bread. So doing it on this chili cheese dog is like a no-brainer for me.
It should be really good.
It should, yeah. So I'm just going to give those a couple more minutes to finish raising. We got the jalapenos. Going to stuff them with a little cheddar jack. Cheddar jack. Cheddar and jack, actually pepper jack, and of course some cream cheese, and I'll probably throw in maybe a little bit of white pepper and some cayenne or something along with it. Wrap it with bacon, so I'll pop them in the oven and try to work it where we can, you know, both come out about the same time, the dinner and the hot dogs and the poppers.
Ronald just came in and said it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Ronald!
Happy birthday.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you have chosen to spend at least part of your birthday with Old Guy. So, welcome. Yeah, grab yourself a chair. We are going to get started here pretty quick. I was just telling everyone that I've got my hot dog buns raising over here. I'm going to give them just a couple minutes. They've pretty much, got to the size that they should be. So I can blab and yak for just a second. Got to get another drink though first. So I am gonna, yes, I have to admit, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit tonight. I really do like to cook from scratch, but every now and then, like tonight, I bought a can of chili beans. I know. Let the persecution begin. But yeah, I'm only gonna make enough for Mrs. Old Guy and I tonight, and maybe have enough for a little bit tomorrow. But I didn't want to make a great big pot of chili, so I'm just bought a can. Save me from cooking a handful of beans.
Greg's here. Good morning from the future. It's a beautiful day here. Ralph told me a few hours ago, and Ralph is correct. Happy birthday to Ronald.
Yes, happy birthday to Ronald again, and welcome, man in the future.
Jessica's here.
Jessica, good evening. Yes, I have your Diet Coke right there. Help yourself. It's a permanent stock thing. Just so you know, you'll never come and they won't be one there. But you can ask. You never know. All right. I guess I'm just going to chop up some vegetables real quick just for something to do. To go in the chili. And then I'll get to the poppers. I'm going to show you this real quick. We found this, Mrs. Old Guy found this old pot on a YouTube auction.
Yep. Or on a Facebook auction.
Facebook auction, yeah. I really like it. Here, I'll show you. It's got like a key lock sort of handle on it. Can you see that? Is that in focus?
Yep.
Yeah. Here's the pot. See that keyhole?
Yep.
Really cool. I'm not sure how old it is. Yeah, we got it, and I haven't used it yet. And I thought, well, this would be a good time, good night to do that. I know. Such a huge deal. Let me dice up this stuff here real quick.
Jessica said thanks. She'll grab her Diet Coke.
Awesome. So, as always, please do tell, what are you guys having for your supper or lunch or breakfast, whatever the case is where you live. Yes. I'm going to dice this tomato up, toss that on in. Got some red bell pepper and green bell pepper. It's also going to get mixed into the batch. Probably a lot, maybe even more veg than there'll actually be beans.
Ralph said just don't lose the handle. LOL.
Yeah. Losing the handle wouldn't be fun.
Greg will take a beer.
Help yourself, my friend. I don't have any Fosters. Haha, that's a joke. All right.
Chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. Nice. That's a great, I don't know if it's cold where you are or not, but it's definitely cold here. And chicken and dumplings, stew, chili, things like that. Different soups, you bet. Make great dinners. Well, meal pretty much anytime.
Jessica had a Chick-fil-A mac and cheese. Also, I forgot to ask, did you get your fur babies anything for Christmas?
No. No, they got their food. No, but if it matters, we didn't get ourselves anything for Christmas either.
Greg says, Foster's? Phew, that was a close call.
All right. Look at this. It's a lot of work chopping all these vegetables. Whew. You know, it's doing the working and the thinking that just wears a fella out. Right?
Yep.
Sure. Now she agrees with me.
Steve says I'm having a big steak on the Blackstone once I get the surface. Once the surface is restored, we're working on it now.
Nice. Very nice.
Greg said we can't tell that they got their food. You'll have, you still have fingers? We can't tell that they got their food. And then he says, you still have fingers?
Oh, I see. My dogs don't bite my fingers. Luckily. Ooh, Polly's looking at me weird. Maybe so. Hang on. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off of these.
Ralph said, do the sides of the desserts that don't get voted on, do they go back into the basket and come up for a vote again another time?
Yep. That is what happens. As the case with the Italian crepes, they went around
For
for
a few times, yeah.
like a long time. Okay, there's the hot dog buns going into the oven. Tiger bread hot dog buns.
Photos Against Anxiety is here.
I'm sorry?
Photos Against Anxiety.
Photos Against Anxiety. Well, let me set my timer here and give you proper welcome. We're just putting some tiger bread hot dog buns in the oven. Welcome. We've always got a cold drink in the fridge. Help yourself to whatever you like. Have yourself a seat. Welcome to my channel, to my kitchen. I don't remember if you've been in here before. The name isn't familiar.
I don't think so. She's from Johnny's channel.
Okay. Yeah, well, welcome. Have yourself like I said, have yourself a seat. We are making chili cheese dogs tonight, along with some jalapeno poppers and Italian crepes with some blueberries and mascarpone filling. So,
Yep.
looking forward to doing that too.
Joshua's here also.
Joshua, good evening, good evening. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. It's cold, snowing off and on today. Of course it's cold. It's Colorado and it's January.
Yep.
Of course it's cold.
John says, Tom, don't overthink yourself. The veggies don't talk.
The veggies don't talk?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, buddy.
Jessica says, I love cutting onions and peppers. LOL, I kind of think it's fun.
Sure. I like it as well. Need a little bit of oil in the bottom of this pan.
Josh said, 13 people
Hot.
and only 5 likes. Hit that like button.
Yeah, what he said.
She says, photos against anxiety. Said, yum, sounds good.
Should be. Looking forward to it. Now I got to tell you all that Mrs. Old Guy, for those of you that do not know, does not like hot dogs. She won't eat a hot dog. So I myself, I will eat hot dogs. I've got the old, for those of you that are familiar with it, Bar S Franks. And these are just about as cheap and generic and, you know, common as you can get it. And Mrs. Old Guy, I got her some Hillshire Farm hot smoked sausage. So she'll be having that on her bun instead of one of these hot dogs.
She's been here once, she said.
Oh, okay.
Photos against anxiety.
Well, I'm sorry that I do not remember, but welcome back. Welcome back.
Jessica says, I've always wanted to try chili hot dogs, but I can't eat spicy.
You know, chili, not all chili is hot. If that's what you mean, if you can't handle hot,
Yep.
chili can be made pretty mild. I mean, Wendy's made chili,
Yep.
and I mean, just about anybody could eat it because it's flavorful. It's spicy, but it's not hot. It's got lots of spices and flavors, you know. So just wanted to make that point. Now, chili itself might give some people a problem. It does me at times.
Yep.
But it's not because it's hot. Well, unless I make it that way, which I've been known to do. I'm going to grab a spoon here just so I can...
Joe's videos here.
I'm sorry? Joe's. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just getting...
Said he loves Wendy's chili.
Yeah, Wendy's chili's pretty decent. You know, for a random, or not random, but for a fast food chain like that, you know, that's actually pretty decent.
Lisa's here. Hey Tom, how's it going?
Lisa? Good evening, Lisa. I imagine the Ow wild man is with you.
Greg told Jessica that when he cuts up kumquats, he always needs to double the volume.
All right. Get myself a little bit of this garlic smashed and put in there. I don't want a whole bunch, but I do want some. One small little clove will do fine. Ooh, he smashed it. Smashed it like a bug. Tastes a whole lot better than a bug, though.
Lisa said yes.
Well,
Wild man.
awesome. Well, what's it been like for you guys there in Ohio? I spent a winter in Bowling Green. We got a real nice snowstorm that blocked our driveway with snow drifts that were about waist deep. And it's not that it was just a regular driveway. It was driveway on like this old country farmhouse. It was about 100 foot long. And it took me and my brother the good part of it, 8 hours to shovel it out. Lots of snow is what I remember most about Ohio. That smells really nice.
There's a link to Photos Against Anxiety's YouTube page. Go check her out.
Yes, please do. Please do. We like to share out channels. All right.
Joshua says he gets heartburn sometimes when he eats chili. So do I.
Yep, it happens. You can make it hot. Like Mrs. Old Guy and I guess it was more me. This old guy just kind of had to go with it. Entered in a local chili contest this last year. And, I don't know. I thought it was maybe a medium hot chili. Some people thought it was really hot. Some people didn't think it was hot at all. So,
John wants you to yell out, kumquat paprika.
you want me to yell out kumquat paprika in front of my wife? Buddy, come on. Think of what you're saying. I'll be using it here in a minute. When I do, I'll be sure to shout it out for you. John really likes the way I shout out. I don't want to say it because he'll be disappointed if I don't. If I say it and it's not a shout out. So Miss Sogai, say the word for me.
Paprika.
Thank you. All right. Let's get the tomatoes in here.
You're welcome. She said thanks for sharing her link.
Oh, absolutely.
Several people in here have pages, actually.
Have
We
yeah,
do share
have
'em
channels.
out every now and then.
Yep. Crazy Food Crew? No. Food Crew? Boy, help me out, please, Lisa. They changed their name like just recently.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Joshua has a channel.
Joshua has a review channel. He does.
Lisa says it's cool and wet and in Akron.
Ah. Man, I remember the snow we got that year. Man, it was something else. Alright, let's dump them can of beans in there. It does say hot chili bean on the can, so I expect there to be just a little bit of.
Ralph says if I get a cold, I eat horopito leaf, and it's much more effective than Panadol.
Huh. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I'm not either. Horopito. Horopito? It's a leaf? Yeah, never heard of it.
Cover that up. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this vegetable and give it a real fine mince and add that to the cheese that I'm going to put in these jalapeno poppers.
John said it's 13 degrees in Thunder Bay. That's where he's at.
Oh, okay. 13 degrees. Yep. Well, it's going to be getting below zero the next few nights. You know, or at least coming up. Maybe not tonight, but coming up over the next few days. First little post we saw said 20 below.
Yep.
So,
It's changed to like 7 below, I think.
yeah. So we just keep an eye on it and see how cold it ends up being. But,
Yep.
but we got a big cold front moving our way. A little bit of snow, at least down here. The higher altitudes are picking it up. You know, which is expected, right?
Yep. Jessica says, "Well, I have to go. Wanted to stop in and say hi. And have a good cold Diet Coke. I'll see you next stream. Hope the meal comes out awesome. I'm sure it will if you're making it."
Well, thank you, Jessica. Thanks for dropping by. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe, be sound, and I'll see you hopefully next Saturday. Take care. Absolutely. Love it when people just, hey, if you only got a minute to drop by, that's okay. We're neighbors. Drop by anytime. Just going to slide this out of my way. I haven't forgot, I got my little diced up stuff there.
Greg says it's 26 degrees Celsius there. It's
26 Celsius.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, I think, maybe around the 60 degrees, maybe. I'm not real good at that. I think I'm going to that in a minute. I'm going to grate a bunch of this cheese.
Jordan's here.
Hi, Jordan. Good
She
evening.
changed her name on her Facebook. It's Tiana? Something like that.
Okay. Well, welcome. Have yourself a seat. Just starting to grate up some cheeses, just a couple, to do these jalapeno poppers.
I believe you did, John. I'm looking.
What's that?
Requested this, yes.
Yes, John did chili cheese dogs. And if you just came in, I've got the tiger bread hot dogs that I made, hot dog buns, in the oven.
Steve asked, would you rather have drinks like tea or lemonade or fruit punch or carbonated juice?
What were my choices?
Pretty much carbonated or not. Tea, lemonade, fruit punch, that kind
Well,
of stuff.
yeah.
Or carbonated drinks.
I guess it just kind of depends on, at the moment. Sometimes I'd rather have, like something not quite as sweet as like a soda or whatever. So I'll drink fruit juice or,
Yep.
I'll have tea or whatever. Sometimes I'll drink pop. Sometimes I'll just drink water.
Yep. I like peach tea a lot.
Yeah, this old guy likes the was it Lipton?
Yep.
The peach tea.
Greg says it's 78 Fahrenheit.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's a spring day here.
Yep. Ralph said you can grate the cheese, but just don't cut it. LOL.
But I'm really good at it. My cheese cutting skills are beyond compare. All right.
Steve said brisk tea is one of his favorites.
Is it now? Is it then? Awesome.
John says he's 4 months sober. Good for you, John.
I want that. This one, I'm going to do the same thing again. 'Cause I want cheddar, right? It's got to be a chili cheese dog. So if I don't grate up some cheese to put on the cheese dog, it won't be a cheese dog. Yes. Congratulations, John.
Scott's back. I just got done chasing my dog down for 15 minutes. I let him out of the car, and he bolted. He wanted me to play, and chase him, and it took a leftover plate of nachos to lure him to me.
Funny. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of both again.
The dogs would probably do the same if they were let out of the car without a leash.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, that really scares me around here.
Yeah.
Just because we live right on the state highway, I mean, right out our front door here, and people blow through here 60, 70 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Hardly ever 25 miles an hour like they're supposed to.
Brad's here. Brad 32 Vlogs official.
Well, Brad 32, welcome, man. Grab yourself a chair, get yourself a cold one out of the fridge. Whatever kind you like, it's in there. I'm sure of it. Just check. We're making chili cheese dogs. I've got some chili cooking. I've got some tiger bread hot dog buns going in the oven. Gonna make some jalapeno poppers. Yum! It's gonna be a good dinner. Let's get some of this. Let's get some seasoning in this chili, huh?
Brad says, good to catch you live.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did too. So what am I putting in my chili here? I'm going to put in, oops. That's too much time on my hand. A little bit of time.
Frank, Brisk tea is a regular tea, but Brisk is a name brand also.
So some white pepper. Got some. Here comes John. Are you ready? I've got some paprika.
Come here, Polly.
Put some paprika in there. Some chili powder. Just gonna eyeball it. I don't measure a whole lot unless I really need to. Like when I'm making my bread.
Silly dog.
Yeah.
She went out there.
I'll actually take the time to measure.
She went out there, she stuck her head out the dog door, barked twice, turned around, came back in.
All right. We got that mixed in. Last of all, I got some black pepper here.
Francis, sounds like I need to go eat.
We got plenty. Uh-oh, looks like they both want to go back out. All right, grind up a little bit of fresh black pepper. I want some black pepper in there too. Some salt. Looks good. All right, let's shut this. I want this turned down real low. All right.
Greg says, I heard some cows moving.
You heard some cows.
John said, Tom, you have a wonderful way of yelling that.
Well, thanks. I've always aspired to being a good paprika yeller. Forgot I wanted to put a little bit of cardamom in there as well, so I'll put that in whilst it's in front of me. Oh, I hear an oven.
Yay.
Let's see. Not quite done. Another 5 minutes. Hey, I gotta give them time, right? So we got the two different kinds of cheese, pepper jack and cheddar. I'm gonna throw a little bit of cream cheese in there with it. I have to find something else to do with the rest of it. I already know. I'm just goofing around. Turns out that Italian crepes might not be a bad thing to help use some of this up. Alright. I don't want all of it. This is just an 8-ounce package. I'm going to maybe put in 3 of those 8. Maybe. And that little bit of diced vegetable that I got in here. Drop that in.
John says, Tom, you are one of a kind.
Well, as are you, my friend. As are you. Little cayenne, even though it's going into a jalapeno. Yes, I know. Let's cover that back up. And a little bit of chili powder. Not a bunch, just a little bit. And some salt. I want to put a little salt in there. The cheese has got some salt, but add a little bit more to it. Here we go. Well, you know the thing, right? Mix it together. Mix it together. See, everybody. Did I ask people what they were having for dinner?
And some answered,
And some answered. Okay.
but not many.
Well, you people. See, it's completely unfair. Here you are watching me. You know what I'm having. You know what I'm making. I want to know what you're having. Has anybody ever tried to look and see what I'm having and try to have that too that night? That'd be a challenge for you, huh? Maybe.
Greg says from one of a kind and to 17 other one of a kinds here, along with the 4 behind the camera. Happy New Year.
That's about it, buddy.
Johnny's here.
Johnny! Hey,
New
man.
Year.
Happiest of New Year's. New Year. Woohoo! Just getting ready to make some jalapeno poppers. I have got my Tiger Bread hot dog buns in the oven. I got my pot of chili sitting here cooking up. I made some mascarpone cheese yesterday, or I started it for today, and so I'll be using that with the crepes, the Italian crepes dessert. That's going to be delicious. I put a little Marsala wine in with the batter. Oh, they're going to be good. The batter smells amazing. You get that Marsala aroma off of there big time. It's going to be delicious. Okay, enough goofing around here. Get this bacon open. We'll start making these jalapeno poppers. Gonna make a couple more than we're gonna eat tonight. Pop them into the fridge.
So you put them in the oven and
There we go. Oh, that's some good looking bacon. It is, it is.
Okay.
All right. Let's get some jalapenos stuffed.
Wow. I just wanted to make sure I get it ready for when I tell him.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
My brother was on the phone giving up what he had for his dinner. I hate when I have to drag it out of you guys. Come on. If you don't tell me, I'm going to make you listen to Chumley drink water all night.
Much? Have a good night.
What have we got here? You know, they could still use...
So he said they are having baby back ribs, slow cooked in the oven with some barbecue sauce on them,
All right.
baked potatoes, and jello with like baby peaches or something. I don't remember.
Oh, nice. Well, that sounds like a really nice dinner. All right. Now, the other day, I had a buddy over and I had made something with jalapenos. What was it, Mrs. Old Guy? When Junior came over. Breakfast burritos.
Yes. Had to think.
And I didn't think about the fact that I'd been handling jalapenos. And yeah, all it took was that first wipe across my face to get that rather abrupt and not so pleasant reminder. Oh yeah,
Yep.
I was handling jalapenos and wow, now I'm really regretting that.
Joshua had a frozen stuffed crust pizza.
What kind of pizza? What was on it? Like everything, you know? Like
Ralph said he
sausage.
had a good idea yesterday, though not sure how well it worked. It would work. The idea is for our country to stop importing food and drinks that don't come in recyclable packages.
Yeah, well, yeah, good idea, but I don't know what to say about that. You know, countries are going to do what they're going to do. So, That's one thing I really don't talk about any kind of politics or nothing like that.
Yep. Jordan and Stanley had cheesesteak,
Yes, that's right. He said that.
chicken fingers, and fries from a local place out there in Vegas.
Nice. Chicken fingers, the good kind, cost $8. For those of you that are Trailer Park Boy fans. Is there anybody out there that likes the Trailer Park Boys? Curious. For those of you that maybe have not heard of them, Canadian show, 4 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys. Very funny.
Yep. Scott is having beef chow mein from one of his favorite restaurants.
Nice.
Lisa had chicken and Wildman had Raisin Bran cereal tonight.
That's better. That's better. Where am I going to put it?
Johnny had leftover pizza.
Nice. Okay, let's take a look at these hot dog buns. Oop. Hot dog, tiger bread hot dog buns. See that okay? Yep. It's not too close, is it? Is it
A
in
little
focus?
bit close, but
Is it in focus?
sure, that's better. And down some.
Yum. So we get these onto a rack. I'm gonna rack them. Ah!
Okay.
Leftover pizza.
Greg said hello, P-N-E-O, Y-O-H. Where they said anything.
Leftover pizza is always yum. Ooh. That's hot.
Brad said that he just got leftover spaghetti. He likes to cook once every 3 days.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. Leftover spaghetti. We've had spaghetti and sausage one night, taken the leftover sauce and meat. The next day, they made like a pizza for lunch,
Yeah.
or
Italian sausage sandwich.
Italian sausage sandwiches. You bet. Okay.
Greg said it was lucky it was across your face. If you know what he means.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Greg said that you're lucky it was across your face, if you know what he means.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Indeed, I do. There was this one place that I was employed at that made a ghost pepper barbecue sauce, and they got the whole dried peppers, and instead of, I knew better. They'd put them in this blender, and bust them up, pretty much powderize them, and like a moron, I forgot to put the centerpiece back in, and that little bit of ghost pepper powder kind of come wafting up out of that hole. Yeah. Breathing that stuff is that's not fun. I was in pain for a while. All right.
Greg says, oh yeah, I wish I ever went to a trailer park after watching just a few episodes.
Oh yeah, they're great.
He says, yum.
All right. We got some filling over here. Cream cheese. Cheddar jack or pepper jack cheese. A little bit of vegetable So what was the vegetables in there? Red pepper, green pepper, bell peppers, that is. Some onion. Yeah, so far so good. Get these stuffed in there, wrapped with bacon. I'll get it popped in the oven. Ooh, they'll take a few minutes, so we'll have plenty of time to visit. Oh yeah. Already it smells nice in here between the bread and the chili. Yeah. Bread is really good. Found out one thing though, at least with the bread that I'm able to make here, that if I try to cover it up, like tonight, force of habit, I'm going to wrap these up. And tomorrow, the top, not that it's really bad, but that top is not going to be at all crispy and crunchy anymore. So it's like, well, I haven't experimented yet to like leave them out and see if they'll handle, staying out without being covered, maybe a little thicker, drier crust on the outside, but the inside handle it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just want to try it and see.
Yeah, because it's so much better when it's crunchy and it's just, if you've not had tiger bread, you should either try it, find some place that sells it, or just make it. It's not difficult.
Scott wants to know what kind of hot dogs you're using.
I'm using Bar S hot dogs for me, and since Mrs. Old Guy doesn't eat hot dogs, I got her some Hillshire Farm hot smoked sausage. Hot smoked sausage.
Greg says he thinks he's having tacos tonight.
Tacos. Nice. What kind of tacos? What protein are you putting in there?
And he says with handmade guac and salsa.
Nice. You like beef tacos or chicken tacos or fish tacos, heaven forbid?
Ralph says still not sure why they call them hot dogs. Makes me think of dogs in bikinis.
Yeah, hot. I'm just going to keep my little opinion to myself on that one. I've only got enough filling for one more.
Scott says he's been craving fish tacos.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a fish taco. I'm not opposed to it. I've had ceviche with tortilla chips many times. So I think if I would like that, I would probably like a fish taco. Okay. I'm just not a super huge fish fan. All right.
Greg's having beef tacos.
Hang on, guys. I'm going to give my hand a scrubbing here. Ooh, that's some hot water. Wow. All right. Not that I trust that first washing, but it'll help.
Greg's having beef tacos.
Beef tacos. Nice. All right. Now comes the next part. Wrapping these up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Yes. I love it when a plan comes together. Does anybody remember what show that quote was used lots and lots in? Well, maybe not lots and lots, but you would know it.
Brad said spaghetti is easy for him to make and he likes it.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with a pasta dinner. Not at all. We've done several on the stream.
Greg says, told Ralph those dogs in mankinis with mustaches you have to look out for. Brad says he has limited cooking skills.
Well, you know, everybody does it at one point, right? There's several things that I, just figured out how to do because I wanted to do it. I wanted to, to make whatever it was. A good example of that is Danish. I was tired of not having a bakery nearby where I could go get a cheese Danish without being charged an arm and a leg for a single Danish. So I watched a couple of videos and I read a few recipes. Now I make Danishes that are just as good as any bakery. A whole lot cheaper too.
Scott said that he loved the 18.
18 was awesome. Hey, he remembered. George Peppard. He was an interesting actor. Did anybody remember his other show? Banachek. That was a good show. That was one, if you don't know it, George Peppard played an insurance investigator, I believe was it.
John wants you to yell out moo.
Moo? John wants me to yell out moo. Well, John, buddy, if it's going to make you feel better, those of you that have headsets on, just beware. Moo! Moo!
Holly's looking at you like crazy.
Well, that's because I probably am pretty close to it.
Scott says, I appreciate your references. Steve said, bacon wrapped jalapenos. I now know what to make when I buy a 10-pound box of bacon for $15 on the table.
Yep. Heck yeah, make you a bunch of these. Eat some that night. Do what I'm going to do with these. Just pop them in the freezer.
Yep.
And, hey, when you want one, pull it out, put them in the oven. Or your air fryer. That would probably work, I guess. All right, a couple more left.
Brad said, making sense of you.
Don't say that.
Scott wants to know how the dogs are doing.
They're doing just fine. Polly is sitting in the chair right here, and Chumley's laying on the sofa. We did have to take Mr. Chumley to the vet. He kind of injured his leg again. I don't know for those of you that were here months and months ago, but anyway, he kind of hurt his leg again. So we thought I'd better take him to the vet, and so for now we're just doing some doggy aspirin, more or less, and we'll see how that goes.
Yep. Brad said you sure can save a lot for cooking for yourself.
Oh yeah, I can make a couple of dozen of these for half the cost it would be to buy boxes of the same amount.
Yep. Steve said that's a great idea to freeze them, what you don't use.
Yep. So, do you want one or two? Two.
John said, love it, Tom. You're awesome.
Okay. So we'll get those in the oven. The rest of these,
Greg said, bacon wrapped jalapeno. My life is complete.
right into the freezer with that. Yeah, buddy, I'm telling you, it doesn't get a whole lot better.
And then he says, the Princess of Colorado.
Doesn't get a whole lot better. Get a couple things kind of pushed out of the way here.
Tom, do your version of the cucumber dance.
The cucumber dance? Who said that?
John.
Yeah, the cucumber dance. John, I wouldn't say that'd be appropriate. No, sir. It wouldn't be appropriate at all. Not at all. Well, I got this one piece of bacon sitting there. And it's going to bother me. So it's just going to keep going, eat me, eat me. So I'm going to stick it in the microwave. I'm going to blast it in the microwave. And when it's crispy, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to do what it wants me to do. I'm going to eat it.
Greg told John, now John, I thought it would be a cucumber dance. Rob wants to know if you need the seeds of the jalapeno.
No. No, I don't eat the seeds.
So, can anybody guess how much chumley weighs?
Yeah. You folks have seen him in little videos here and there.
Yeah.
Seen him here with me. Greg knows Mr. Man in the future because he's in the future.
Greg says, eat me some more.
Yeah, feed me some. Oh, that chili looks amazing. Smells really good. Slide that.
Scott said 185. Rob said 94 kilograms. How much was that is?
Yeah, I don't know how much 94 kilograms is.
Greg's not saying because it's not fair. John said 32 pounds.
Chumley, 32 pounds. Well, I was really surprised.
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, he's 160 pounds. That's a big, almost 161. So, him and Miss Polly, who is also overweight, are both going on a diet. Yeah, they're both way too big, and you know, I'd feel awful bad if me feeding them, feeding them too much is what messes them up. I wouldn't feel right. So
Scott said 32 pounds. 32 pounds, maybe just his head. Hello.
yeah, maybe.
Scott said his first guess was 165.
Aha. Yep. He's a big boy.
Ralph was saying 207 pounds.
207.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, he's not
4
that.
kilograms.
Yeah, he's not that big. Although there are breeds that do weigh that much, but not Chumley.
Probably weighed that much.
Probably, or close to it, 180 maybe. He was a big dog. Cross between a Mastiff and a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we got the rocky table.
Uh-oh. Greg says 32 pounds, just the tail.
Pretty much. His tail's like an iron bar. Whoosh, whoosh.
Yep.
Hits you with it a few times. You know it. You feel it. All right. I suppose. I should finish some dinner, huh?
Sounds good.
Cheese is done. Or the cheese is done. No, wait a minute. What am I thinking?
Scott said his dog is up to 155 and he's only 9 months. I feel like I have a golf cart following me around.
Yep. Well, your breed of dogs, they get big.
Yep.
I forgot that I just put my jalapeno poppers in the oven. I can't eat just yet. So, that piece of bacon was delicious, by the way.
Scott told Greg 155 and then he says when he runs into you it feels like you're getting hit by a Ford Focus.
Oh, you know, I think while we have this little bit of time,
Yep, good idea.
I'll draw from the basket. What do you think, guys?
Next week we're having Cincinnati chili.
Yep, Dawn requested that. Whoops, boy. Yeah, no kidding. Throw them back in. Oh, backwards. All right. Let's pick one for a week after next. Like Deb said, that will be Cincinnati chili. And after that, let's see. One from Eli, butter chicken. And he says with yellow rice, but I can guarantee the entree, but not the side dish. So butter chicken. Now to see what exists for that. There are probably numerous ways in which to do that. Got a while before that jalapenos are going to be done. I'll just sit here and blab with you for a few minutes.
Ralph says I'm about 160 pounds.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm a little more than that, but to have a dog just as big as you are, just about. There's been a couple of times, within the last few months, where when Chumley wanted to go someplace, and I mean really wanted to go someplace, holding on with both hands, pulling, I couldn't stop him. He's
strong.
He's really strong. So.
Polly's really strong too.
Well, Polly's really strong because she grew up playing with a dog that was twice her size.
Greg says all day I was wondering who was missing today. Eli, hope you're well.
Yeah, Eli. My guess is he probably had to work. It's something that befalls a lot of people. Have to go out and work.
Johnny said yum.
There is a small one here. Wasn't quite enough to make a full hot dog bun. Oh, look at that, Brad.
Nice and crunchy.
A little butter on there. Here.
Whoa!
Nice catch.
Thank
Yummy.
Like roll.
Yeah, nice and crunchy on the outside. Inside is super soft. It kind of reminds me of a baguette in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Ralph says, my scale says I'm more fat than muscle, though, so I need to work out more.
Me too. Except for one big muscle. One big, thick muscle right here. It's all seized up.
Greg says, excuse me, Tom, is the good lady a seal?
A seal?
Like the animal seal?
I don't believe so. I've never considered her as such.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, really. And I'll tell you folks, and I'm going to tell my wife right now, in front of everybody, that I have never thought of you as any kind of marine animal. Just so you know.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Just so we're clear on that, folks.
Greg says, oh, I was wondering where that muscle was going.
Yeah, it's just broke. Like, sometimes how a football player, they'll throw and they'll break their tendon that holds their bicep. And it kind of happened to my brain. It just... Wow, that'd hurt. Bicep tear like that.
Yeah.
Happened to John Elway. Not that it mattered to me. I didn't feel a thing. We're just waiting on these appetizers or side dish. Guess it's not really an appetizer.
Greg says, oh, well, ha ha ha, he.
Yes. So what else is coming up? Anything in the future? Well, let's see how well I wash my hands. Rub my face. Hey. Nothing. I guess I washed them good enough. Yay me.
Greg says, so everyone, I'm having tacos, everyone else?
I'm having chili cheese dogs. If I don't eat all the cheese first. I'm gonna fry my hot dog.
Ralph said, he copied and pasted it from Google. A long beard stood dignity and wisdom, strength and courage, and this is often the case today.
Well, there you have it.
Just so you know.
There you have it, guys. The wise old man. If you're wondering, I am going to dice up some of this onion to sprinkle on top of the chili and the cheese.
Greg says, if you keep rubbing that head, Tom, you might invoke the genie.
I might. Or I just might invoke myself a headache. That's something I haven't practiced for quite a while.
What's that?
Invoking.
Invoking.
As a matter of fact, I can't remember when the last time it was I tried to evoke something. I should do better. I really should. I won't make a resolution for it because I made a resolution that I wouldn't do any more resolutions, and so far it's been working great. So I don't want to break my record.
Ralph said we both have long beards.
Right?
Yeah, Ralph has a long beard.
Mine would be longer if I didn't do the annual mow down.
Lisa said, "Hey Tom, did you ever make stuffed peppers?"
On the stream, I don't think I have. Have I made them? Hundreds of times. Love stuffed bell peppers.
It might be in the basket.
It might be in the basket. Yep. I haven't made them yet on the stream. I think I do remember talking about it before because I don't. I might have mentioned that I like to use the orzo pasta instead of rice for mine, just because I don't care for the flavor of rice in that application. So I'm much happier with the little orzo pasta. That's just me. I'll still eat a regular one. You know, it's not that I think they're horrible and won't eat it at all. I just prefer to make it with the pasta instead of rice, against like everybody else's idea of how to make it. Right?
Scott says, "I told you what I'm having for dinner. Teddy is having kibble, rice, beans, chicken, fish oil, joint supplement, and some peanut butter. He eats better than me sometimes."
Jeez, it sounds like it. All I'm having is this can of cat food.
Scott was having some kind of Chinese, like beef lo mein or something.
Yeah, beef lo mein. Beef lo mein. And that reminds me of the New Year or Christmas dinner or lunch. Worst beef lo mein I've ever had. It was just terrible.
It was.
It just.
Greg says, "Ooh, time for the Ouija board."
Ouija board. Ooh.
Ouija board session.
Ouija board sessions. Ooh. Yes.
Scott's gonna pass because they scare the heck out of him.
No, we need to do it on on a national radio show though, and get everybody concentrating. You know, like millions of people, and just see what kind of effect it has. I bet it would have an effect. How many people think that it would have an effect? If, let's say, a radio station where there may be like 10 million people or 15 million people that listen to that radio program, and they had everybody at the same time listening, like, think about rain in a particular place that's had a drought or something, and see if it rains. But the problem is, if it rains there, it might be dry up somewhere else, and who knows what could happen if it made a difference. Who knows what would happen? We'd have to go back on and say, "Stop raining."
Greg said, "War of the Worlds." Here we go.
War of the Worlds. I like the musical version. If you've never heard of it, there's Jeff Wayne's musical version of the War of the Worlds. Excellent album. It's from the 70s. Richard Burton, the great actor, Richard Burton, narrates the story. And, has singers and guys from bands like the Moody Blues and Thin Lizzy.
What's the matter, Tom?
So, if you've never heard of it and you like rock and roll music, Jeff Wayne's musical version of the War of the Worlds. Yay! See, and I'm trying to get all the arm participation I can tonight. Have you noticed that lately, that I've been trying to do? More arm participation.
Craig said Geoff-W is the best.
I'm sorry, what?
Geoff, Geoff-W is the best.
Is the best what?
That's all I said.
Okay, well.
Scott said,
Have to
"Oh,
take his word
Coast to Coast, AM did that. They had all the listeners think and pray for rain in a certain area, and it rained.
Right.
It was really good. It was a really good old radio talk show."
Yes, I know. I'm very well. Coast to coast. George Knapp, George Norrie.
Yeah, Greg said he grew up on it.
Art Bell. Yeah, great show.
He knocked on the table and he
Uh-oh.
woke her.
Now she's going to come over and bark at the door because I gave a knock. Polly.
There's nobody here, baby.
It's okay, baby. Yeah. Polly, look.
Good job.
Polly, look. Hey.
Ralph says, "I've heard when NASA launches rockets, it makes it rain because of the hydrogen being in the fuel."
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to tell you. I don't know enough about it to tell you. Polly.
Greg said, "Geoff, War of Worlds."
Oh, Jeff. Gotcha. Yeah,
Is that
well,
Jeff?
it's just Jeff. Jeff.
He has it Geoff.
Yeah.
Steve said, Coast to Coast is awesome."
It's a good radio program. I listened to it for many years. Indeed.
Scott says, "Oh yeah, I know the show. Love those guys. They some really interesting episodes."
There is. How much time? 8 more minutes on these. I hope they'll be done. Let's,
Greg said Jeff W. spelled the name differently.
bake at 3. Hang on here. Bake 375. All right. Turn the convection on, so hopefully it'll aid in the crisping and browning of the bacon. I really don't like chewy, rubbery bacon. I much prefer it crispy as you can get it without burning it. That's just me. Other people like it other ways, right? I know.
Greg told you that they spelled the name Jeff differently.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
He said Thunderchild.
Yes. Farewell, Thunderchild. I absolutely loved that album. I couldn't possibly tell you how many times I've listened to it. I could almost narrate the story myself. Yes. Oh, Polly's over here getting lovin's. Yes. But she doesn't get up like Chumley will. It's just not her bag. Besides that, she's just too fat, I think. Popped out a few kids and turned into a tub of lard. That wasn't very nice, was it? No. Oh well.
Poor Polly.
Poor Polly, yes.
Natalie's here.
Hi, Natalie. Are you at home? Or did you have to escape at lunchtime? Welcome. We are coming up to the to the point where we can actually start having some dinner. We got jalapeno poppers in the oven. I made some Tiger Bread hot dog buns. Mrs. Old Guy's gonna have some hot smoked sausage instead of hot dogs because she doesn't like hot dogs. So, but I'm gonna have chili cheese dog with
Ralph,
chili and cheese.
Ralph says can't remember if I've added cottage cheese loaf as a dinner request.
Cottage cheese loaf?
I don't think you
Ooh. Yeah, cottage cheese loaf.
have.
I'd have to check that out before I'd agree to eat it for dinner. Sorry.
Scott said, oh my God, his dog's new thing is jumping up. I'm 6'1".
Couldn't
and
be
he can
bad.
Put his paws on my shoulders.
Dang. Yeah. Chumley will, you know, if he wanted to, he could get his his paws on my shoulders, but he kind of stops right here. He'll growl at me for a second and then get down.
Steve asked, are those rolls on the table?
Yeah, hot dog buns. I made their tiger buns. Tiger buns! Tiger bread buns!
Natalie said she's home. She had an early shift at work.
I'll show you a couple. Oh, okay. Here's the, you see that one?
Yeah, there you go.
Tiger bread. Yum, yum. Hot dog buns.
Greg says, move.
Let me get a couple plates here. It's not going to be too long, I don't
Greg
think.
says, like tiger.
We got 4 minutes on there, and I'll take a look what they, you know, if they look like they're going to be done enough, I'll go ahead and ain't got to but warm these up. So that won't take long. And I'll throw the chili back on the heat, make sure it's nice and piping hot. And then we'll chow down on some chili cheese dog or sausage, as it were. As it were. As it were? As it will be. Because it's not were yet. Right?
Well,
I got myself
yeah,
confused.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, oh, good. Man, oh man.
Ralph said cottage cheese loaf is really nice. It goes great with some pickle and a side of peas and potatoes. It's a meatless dish, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll sure look at it, Ralph. Cottage cheese loaf. Yeah, it's just something. It just sounds like two words that don't belong together.
And Greg says, hey, don't throw my tigers on the table like that, please.
Hey, they're my tigers. You've got yours by the tail already.
Oh,
What?
John sent a picture of Gertrude.
Yay! Gertrude is one of the puppies from Polly's last litter. Oh, she looks great.
Yes.
Awesome.
I
So,
hold it in the front of the camera, but I don't know if they can see it.
yeah, I'm not sure it would be very good, but just a puppy pick. She's a little over a year old now, yeah.
Yep.
About a year and, let's see, born in October, is that right?
I believe so.
So, October last year, so she's a little over a year old now. Awesome. It's always good to get pics and see how the puppies that Polly had are doing. One just lives right across the street over here.
Yep.
He's a good looking boy.
Yep.
He's a good looking boy. Got a minute left on the poppers.
Actually, Gertrude, I think, is from the center, the second litter of puppies, I think.
No.
No?
Gertrude wasn't from the second litter.
Scott says how big
tickets
is
are
Charlie's big son? I forgot his name.
Brutus. And he's doing great. Right? If you go to my shorts on YouTube, I posted a short on Brutus. You can check him out. He's a beautiful, lean, muscular, 111 pound.
Yeah.
You know, American bull. He's
He
beautiful.
did do a short, so.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, I did do a short. I was just telling him that.
He says
8
she
seconds.
is excellent being a fat ham. And he says our only regret is that we didn't get 2 of them.
Aw. Let me see how these are looking here.
Lisa said Wildman said, how about cottage ham?
Cottage ham? Never heard of it. We'll have to check it out. Cottage ham. Sounds interesting. All right. My jalapeno poppers kind of. Where did I?
You want me to, is that a request, Lisa, from Wildman?
Good enough. There's the poppers. They kind of rolled over on me. Spilled a little guts, but that's all right. It'll just give us some crunchy bits. That'll be all right. Get some oil warmed up in this pan. We'll slide the chili back over here. Put it on the low heat. Let's get some meat open here. Start with this smoked sausage. Smoked sausage.
No. You good?
Yep. Best way to do it, just get you a pair of scissors. You want a whole piece?
Sure.
I'm going to cut them too, though, okay?
Yep. Greg says, now with a name like Brutus sounds manageable. Now if he was called Tiny, that might be a bit scary. I did write it down, Lisa, for Wildman.
All right. We'll give me a dog.
Don't make my sausage taste like dogs.
Oh, your sausage is gonna. No, don't make your sausage taste. Make my hot dog taste like your sausage. Got to have this dinner going here before too long. I mean, otherwise, I'm not going to have time for getting dessert in. And I want to get dessert in, so
Yeah.
I'm really happy with how my mascarpone turned out this time. So.
Ralph was saying how his neighbor's dog likes to jump up on him and he thinks of it as a hug, but they don't like, the owner don't want her jumping up on people.
Right.
And Scott told Ralph, I love it, but I don't want him to jump either. I have a 70-year-old mom, and if he jumps on her shoulders, he's gonna take her down to the ground. He
Yep.
needs to know that he cannot jump at any time.
Yep. Yeah, I understand that. I don't, the only time I want Chumley to jump is if I ask him to.
Yep.
Or if we're out doing parkour.
Yeah. Eli's here. What did I miss?
Hey, Eli. Well, you missed the fact that I drew a meal you requested coming up in a week after next. What was it, Mr. Gill? What was that again? Butter chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Done enough. We're just getting ready to plate up these hot dogs.
I will do that, Ralph.
Get that heat back under it. All right. Bread knife. We're going to cut open one of these. Get this sausage on there for Mrs. Old Guy. You want them like do it just kind of open face like that, or do you want it enough to where you can fold it over?
Open face.
Okay. Then I can put both of these on there. Chili's hot.
I told Eli that you gave him the next 2 weeks winning lotto number, so he missed that.
Uh-huh.
Greg says he's been doing all the moves on his own because Eli wasn't here to help.
Some cheese.
Eli says, oh nice, butter chicken is one of his favorite British Indian dishes.
Okay. There's that. Yeah, I have. I'll have to check it out because I've never heard of it before now. At least that kind. You know, I've heard of like honey butter chicken, but
Yeah.
let's get a couple of these on your plate. You want to start with one? Jalapeno?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I better get some.
Greg says, move lurking around the cow vacuum cleaner.
Eating.
Yep, Miss Polly.
Okay. John,
Pull it down.
down a little bit.
Yep.
Chili cheese dog. And jalapeno popper.
No, it's not
Does that look good, guys? Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
You can't have it, probably, sorry.
My turn. My turn. Throw a couple of hot dogs on here. Woo! It's a hot dog.
Steve says, my kind of food.
Let's get some chili on there. Don't you dare roll off of that bun.
Greg's drooling. Rob will be right back.
I'll be here, buddy. There's that chili. Nice glob of cheese. Popper. Get myself an eating implement as well. I might even get myself a cold beverage. How about that?
Well, what do you know?
What do they come up with? Cold bottle of water. All right. First things first. Let's get into this jalapeno popper. And
Greg says, my attempt of Homer Simpson drooling. Yeah. Scott says he misses a good chili dog.
That's a good popper. All right. Let's get myself.
It's really spicy. Wow.
All right. Now a bite of this chili cheese dog.
Natalie says, what did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
Where's Pop?
Where's popcorn?
Where's popcorn? Okay.
Greg says, now that's a dog. Eli says, love me some good hot dog or burger.
Well, it's been interesting over the last 3 weeks. We've gotten to do hot dogs and hamburgers. So, because the week before last was hamburgers, then we had last week, which was the paella, and now the hot dogs. Kind of funny how that works. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Really liking that
Gotta
crunchy
love
bread.
bacon.
Huh?
Steve said gotta love bacon.
Oh, yeah. Bacon is like a food Band-Aid. Just wrap it up with bacon and everything's going to be better.
Greg says those poppers. They're good. They're hot.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really spicy.
Hmm. That's really good. The chili turned out nice. It's not like flame on hot or anything like that. It's just got a nice flavor. I'm digging the veggies. Mm. Woo. Mm.
Greg said when you have to eat. Sorry, that kind of choked me up. When you have to eat a dog with a knife and fork, you know you're in for something special.
Yeah, buddy.
Roll back.
Welcome back. Yep. This is really tasty. I'm definitely enjoying this good old chili cheese dog.
Scott said I love Velveeta cheese on my chili dog. On my chili. Has anyone tried that?
Mm-hmm. I've put Velveeta on probably just about everything. Okay, not ice cream, but I've used it on pizza instead of mozzarella. You know, mac and cheese, grilled cheese sandwiches, just about anything that you'd use cheese for. Pizza with Velveeta is okay, but it's, you know, it's just not the same. This is really, really good. Mm-hmm.
Natalie says I made tater tot casserole last evening.
Hmm.
She's having leftovers.
Hmm. Yeah, tater tot casserole with when the top gets really nice and brown and crunchy. That's a sign you're going to have yourself a good tater tot casserole right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'll just finish cutting this up.
Scott said Velveeta and raw oysters would be pretty good. LOL.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think it would be, but I'm not going to try it to find out.
Eli said Velveeta poppers.
Velveeta poppers. I've used it in jalapeno poppers, except for in a different form than these are. I minced up the jalapeno and added in a few spices, and then mixed it into the Velveeta. So it was fairly even. Made it into little balls. Rolled it in breading. Put them in the freezer. I found out you absolutely have to freeze them first. Otherwise, the breading doesn't have time to crisp and make a shell to hold the cheese in. I found out that out the hard way.
Yeah. Ralph said, joke, what do you get if you put a hot dog in the freezer?
What do you get?
Wait for an answer, he didn't say. Scott said,
I don't know.
Velveeta poppers, there's something to add to the list.
Velveeta poppers. Why not?
Greg says, old guy, sure, those rock oysters would be good. Uncle Val likes them.
Well, you know, here's the thing. Really, what people like to eat, I've noticed for the most part, are pretty much, you know, based on their environment when they grew up. We didn't have fish and seafood much for, you know, when I was a kid. Meat, you know, like beef, chicken, pork was pretty much it. Some turkey.
Ralph said, a chili dog.
A chili dog. Oh boy. I should have saw that coming. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to I might end up running over tonight, guys. Trying to get this finished. I gotta be making our mascarpone filling. And the crepes. So I think I'll get back to that after the stream. I'll finish it up.
Greg says, those Colorado oysters, damn, they get slurpy, don't they?
No Colorado oysters for me. No oysters pretty much of any kind. Well, I do have to say I like them cooked. I don't mind. I like fried oysters. Those are really good. All right. Get the pan going here.
Natalie said, if you had to choose only one fast food restaurant to eat at for the rest of your life, where would it be?
Burger King. Quick and simple for me. Boyga King. Huh.
Scott had chicken sandwich on white bread with lettuce and some mayo for years.
Nice.
As a kid for lunch. His dad did not know about the variety, but at least it was healthy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least. I'm going to disappear for a second.
I said BK for the win.
BK for the win. Ding, ding. All right. Had to grab my mascarpone. Turned out really nice. That's a nice firm. Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Natalie said hers would be Taco Bell or McDonald's.
Yeah, well, mine wouldn't be McDonald's. I'm just not a huge McDonald's fan anymore. I used to be, but tastes change. All right. So I got a little cream cheese in there. Throw some mascarpone. Oops, I don't want that too hot.
Scott says I'm in the minority. I know, but I would say In-N-Out burger.
Yeah. In-N-Out burger was really good. We've only been to it once. We were going through Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But it was pretty dang good.
Greg said Hungry Jack's is the Aussie version of Burger King.
Is it?
Only in Australia, right?
Okay. A little bit of powdered sugar. I haven't forgot about my burner around over there, but I want to get this mixed up. Get an eyeball, a little powdered sugar.
Eli says, I learned on a camping trip that a Whopper patty reheated on the wood grill takes it to another level. Takes it up a level. Better than bread.
I bet it would.
Rob said, anything but hospital food. I would never want to have another scrambled egg and mayo sandwich.
Yeah, hospital food isn't known for actually that's gonna be really nice, just like that.
And it's even worse, Rob, when you have to have a hard, healthy diet. Because then it's really flavorless.
Yeah, no salt. Now that is delicious. Let's make some dessert.
Scott says it has to be a California In-N-Out burger because it tastes different in other states.
Interesting.
We'll try it the next time we go there.
Am I ready? Oh yeah.
Greg said it was Burger King, but they changed it. There's a big story there.
What was Burger King?
The Hungry Jacks.
Ah.
They're in Aussie land.
Aha. This one's going to be a little bit big. I poured a bit much. That's okay. It's still going to be fine. I have to admit that I made a crepe earlier just because I wasn't sure that this pan was going to work for it. So I thought, well, maybe I should try it beforehand rather than, make a fool out of myself in front of all you people with not being able to make a crepe.
Lisa said the best hamburgers are cooked outside on Tom's grill. LOL.
I have to admit, you're 100% correct. Oh, that looks beautiful.
A heart healthy. Ralph.
That means exactly none of what I'm doing right now. There we go. That was just about the right size. Almost perfect. Woohoo!
Greg says, I think I would kill myself if all I could eat was Macca's or KFC. I love it, but not for eternity.
Yep. I hear you. That's why I'd have to stick to beef on Burger King.
Greg says, old guy, we just love you.
Polly wants to go out. Well, I love you guys too, man. Oh, yeah. That turned out beautiful. I might make a crepe for my neighbor. Maybe.
Scott said if you could have one any more for the rest of your life, so what would it be?
One.
Burritos?
Huh?
If you couldn't have one anymore for the rest of your life, what would it be? Burritos, tacos, hamburgers, or wings? If you couldn't have something.
Yeah, if I couldn't have it, which one would it be? Boy, I don't know. I suppose the wings. I could always put the hot sauce on another part of it. I could do thighs.
Hold it down.
Because that way I'm just flopping it around.
Looks good.
Okay. Flop. Here, look at this. Okay, you know, I suppose I should take a second.
I
Pull
can
out my
understand
pastry
that,
bag.
Rob. He says the reason he has a struggle with the hospital menu is that they don't have many vegetarian options.
I have a struggle with it because most of their food tastes like crap.
All canned and processed
There wasn't that long
and
ago,
nasty.
Mrs. Old Guy went into a place to get just some testing. Where'd the other piece of this go? And while she was doing that, it was early in the morning, so I thought I would get myself a little something to eat. It was the worst biscuits and gravy I've ever had. I took one bite and threw it away. Had an egg with it. It was like chewing rubber. Way overcooked. It's like, yeah. Even cafeteria hospital food tastes like crap. There was one time though when hospital food tasted pretty good to me, and that was after I hadn't had any food for 2 weeks. Oh, the tip might help. Put this into a pastry bag. It'll be a lot easier to do these crepes.
Natalie says, which U.S. state is famous for its extra small soft drinks?
Extra small?
Yep.
Didn't know there was such a thing as being famous for an extra small. I don't know. Kansas?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Ah, ah, ah. Ooh. Minnesota. All right. We're coming up. Ready to get some dessert. I think plated up.
Steve said, for a tip, put sour cream on below the meat to keep it from getting everywhere. On tacos is my guess.
You think so? Is that what I'm supposed to do? 'Cause
Or maybe it's on the crepes.
I'm lost. Been that way for a long time.
Scott said, do you like country fried steak and gravy?
Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite things, especially when we're on the road. Okay.
Scott says, LOL, it's a hard call, and here's here's Tom with the workaround, so I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Oh, with the wings, probably.
Ah, okay. Scott says I would give
There.
up wings. I eat the other 3 way too much.
So there's that little thingy, right? Can you see that?
Yep, hold it down.
Yeah.
There you go. That looks good.
Crepe, Italian crepe. So it's got homemade mascarpone cheese, a little bit of cream, and the regular cream cheese. All right. Oh, get myself one made here. Decent amount of the stuff inside.
Natalie says, how's Cousin Cletus? Still on vacation?
Cousin Cletus, he's on hiatus. Cletus on hiatus. Now that's funny.
Scott said, when my dad was in the hospital, I visited him every day and he never ate the hospital food. I always went out to the restaurant and ordered out for him.
I couldn't.
For 8 months.
They couldn't. I couldn't. They wouldn't feed me. But at the time, there was good medical reason not to,
Uh-huh.
which I won't go into. All right.
Yeah.
That is delicious. This is just kind of a blueberry compote.
Lisa said, hey, Tom, make some baklava. Baklava? or
Baklava? Baklava? I have. I've made baklava completely from scratch. I made my own. I made my own phyllo dough.
Yeah.
Made the filling, the whole 9 yards. It was the whole 9 yards. Isn't that an interesting expression?
Scott said that was a great presentation. Looks really good for the crepes. They're delicious.
It would have been nice to have like a little sprig of fresh mint on there. But yeah, this is a really tasty dessert. Really, one is plenty. Oh. Oh, that's good. Guys, if you got a last minute comment or question or dinner request, now's a good time to do it. I should probably get on out of here. It was a wonderful dinner. John, thanks for the idea. Coming up next week, Cincinnati chili. And of course, I will try to get the dessert and side dish on the community tab up as soon as I can. Hopefully, maybe later tonight, if not by tomorrow for sure. So this is your time. Your
Greg
shot.
says, okay, how about a good old Aussie pie?
Aussie meat pie. Okay. This old guy will write that down.
What's the matter, John?
We'll write it onto a piece of paper and get it into the basket.
Trembling wants a crepe.
Jelly wants a crepe. Maybe I'll make him another one. Maybe I'll make one and put peanut butter on it for him.
He's whining in here. He wants some.
Well, guys, as always, I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. Coming in, hanging out with old guy on a weekend. I know it's cold and winter time now, and there's not much else to do. But, I really thank every one of you for hanging out with me, especially, through the summer months when, there's camping and all the kinds of fun you can do other than hanging out with me. So, I really appreciate it. I really do. And for those of you that have been maybe missing the videos that you're accustomed to me putting out every week, I promise I'll get back into the swing.
Let me catch up here real quick.
Yes, yeah.
Scott says, random, has everyone taken down their Christmas decorations yet?
I didn't put any up.
Natalie says, have you ever made homemade pecan pie? She couldn't remember.
I did. I overcooked the heck out of it. It was more like pecan taffy pie. Taffy. Extremely thick and chewy.
Ralph said they took the wreath off the front door today, and Greg said that he actually put up some lights, and they will stay up until they stop working.
Pretty much what I'm going to do.
Scott said, great stream as always. Y'all are awesome, and I always love the chat. Have a great week.
Really, thank you, everybody.
And everybody's saying thanks.
I will ditto what Scott says. Hope everybody has a great week. Be careful out there, and like always, please, 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 give back in your neighborhood. Help out a neighbor, right? Help out a friend. Go down to a community center and do something there. Just help out some way. All right? I'm out of here. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
I'm writing that down, Jordan. We're done. Jalapeno cornbread for us.